I just really feel her today. I feel her, Mariah. I feel her. I'm also making sure that my hairy boy legs do not pop out of these boots. Oh, hi there. You beat me to it. I'm going to join you in the Winnegago. I'm Anita Doll Darling. And this is Gals, Gays, and Days. Come on in. Oh, by the way, you want to know how all this came together? Make sure you stayed through the end of the video. We break it all down in a fun way. And if you want, smash that subscribe button. Just if you want to, though. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Was I supposed to say what the show is called? The show is called Splurge or Save. That's what we're here to talk about. And today is Splurge or Save Heels. Oh. I know that this is not the most impressive spread of high heels you've ever seen. I am under no illusions. I have become an Amazon addict. I was thinking, instead of Anita Doll Darling, why am I talking like in this hype? I think I just really feel her today. I feel her, Mariah. I feel her. I'm also making sure that my hairy boy legs do not pop out of these boots, which we're also going to talk about. $85. When it comes to a passion like drag, there are a lot of moving parts, and you end up spending quite a bit of money. You can spend even more if you don't plan. And so my goal and my hope here is to give you some helpful tips and hacks that you can use so that you don't waste as much money as I have, but also so that you maybe get a jump start, because, you know, who doesn't need a little helping hand? So first off, I want to talk about, I want to wet my palate. Hello, friend. Isn't that funny? The other day I was washing dishes. Who's been drinking out of this? It's me, Anita Doll. Mariah's like, it wasn't me. I don't wear that lipstick. So the hope here is to maybe like just help you out with a couple of hacks and tips about shoes. I have one rule. The first fast, hard rule is I do not spend more than $100 on a pair of shoes. Everybody's got a different budget. I'm a middle-aged kind of girl, you know, and investments have been good. So I have a little bit more money. So if your budget is much less than that, I'm gonna tell you, you can still have amazing drag on much less. And hey, Imelda Marcos, if your budget is much more than that, why don't you make a video about really, really expensive shoes? But the point of this video is from $0 to $100, how you can sort of stock up your drag arsenal of shoes and footwear in the most useful way and the most affordable way. So the first thing I want to say is, and we're just going to start, let's start with a little story. Once upon a time, look at these little, look at the scars. Look at the war wounds. Those used to be perfect. So once upon a time, I was a little drag girl in 2018. And I was actually in a play, and I played Glenda the Good Witch in a Wizard of Oz sort of play. And it was the first time I ever did drag, and these were the shoes that I wore. And that was sort of what I consider to be my very, very first time ever doing drag. And they're really special because I had just started dating a special person at the time, like maybe 6 months before, and his sister bedazzled these for me. And so that makes them so personal and so next level. And yes, we're still together. So yay! Aww. Go love. And did he know he was getting with the drag queen? Nope. Because let me tell you, there was a big break between 2018 and Anita Doll Darling. I was Glenda back then. So the reason I even, in terms of price, these are definitely, Mariah doesn't even know where I got these, but they are from Payless Shoe Source. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. You wouldn't know, and I don't know that Payless sells them bedazzled, but if you just pretend the dazzles aren't there and the little bling, and just see the sort of kitten pump. By the way, you will get read for filth in drag if you wear a kitten pump. Mariah, why don't you show a photo? There you go. That's me. Oh, there's the pose. There's the boy. I'm just saying things. We don't really have these photos going right now, but they're going to be there. Anyways, you can't even see the shoes, right? That's the point. The point was I wanted something special under that big ball gown. But they were super comfortable and really misleading, because even these were killing me by the end of the night. And these are like, and now compared to what I wear, like they might as well be like a foot massage, like walking foot massage. They're so comfortable. But I've never worn them since then. And one day they'll be in a museum. And so I'm trying to take good care of them. They were $19.99.
Okay.
So affordable, so affordable. So, and I'm not saying they're great, but I do want to say something at this point about my understanding of drag, and it's also my style and like the way that I design things. It's always about these three parts. I always want to have some parts that are very high end and a little spendy, what we call splurge here. And those are like things that people touch, like if for home decor, like if you were going to do towels or bedding, like splurge, because people touch that, and then it informs their brain to think that the other things are also expensive, but they're not going to be because they're not touching them. Now, when it comes to drag, I sort of take the same approach, that 30-30-30, something spendy, something splurgy, something, so splurge, save on 30%. And then the other 30% is something personal, something that is one of a kind to you. That's in drag, kind of the elevation part of drag. Like, how are we going to take this to the next level? So I take this 3 parts approach. I'm getting a little schwitzy. Can you tell?
Can't tell.
Oh God, I know I was going to forget something. See, Mariah, like, stupid fan. I even told myself, bring it. I'm going to get through one of these without forgetting something. I swear. I am. Oh my God. Well, I feel like it's kind of working for me, so I'm just going to let us sweat a little bit. I feel like J-Lo after that Super Bowl, or that, what was that? You know, she did that concert with a game before and after. A Super Bowl concert. Anyways, hi! This is one of my favorite fans, by the way. This is Cornbread. Ooh! All right. So, oh, hallelujah. We can't turn the AC on when we're filming. The Winnebago is many things. She is luscious. She has amazing LED backlighting. She has an homage to my favorite things and colors. She does not have the ability to have AC while we film. Coming right back to money. So these first shoes were $19.99. You don't have to spend a lot. Payless is a great place. DSW, Amazon. There's a lot of places you can get really affordable footwear these days, and you can come in at a really low entry point. Even cheaper, or maybe more affordable at times, would be thrift store finds. So these shoes, which are absolutely adorable. I mean, can you say Valiant the dolls?
I love these.
Literally, doesn't it look like something that like Barbarella would have worn, like as she was like walking around the pool in her little bathing suit? I'm totally bringing these back.
Yeah.
Here's the look I wore them with originally. Ding! There you go, Mariah. I love it. I feel like I'm starting my own language. Ding! There you go. I'm sure I have at least 2 photos. Ding! There's a 3rd photo. So cute. By the way, shout out to Rachel. Love that look. All right, so these were a thrift store find. You can find a lot of shoes at the thrift store, of course. Sanitize them. And also, like, steer clear of things that are super absorbent. I think, like, winter boots. Because they've had someone else's feet in them for a while. But these are so cute, and they're very easy to clean. And I got these for $25, even though they're brand ASOS, and we looked it up, and they would be $50 if you wanted to buy them off the rack. So very affordable both ways. Again, you can save money by going to a thrift store, maybe. There's expensive thrift stores, like higher end ones, like my favorite, the Plus Bus. Shout out to the Plus Bus gals. They're more like a curated boutique thrift store. And so these were $25 there when they would have been $50 original. You would probably get these same things if you happen to bump into them at like a Salvation Army or a Goodwill or something like that. Or St. Vincent's de Paul. Shout out. I get volunteered at St. Vincent's de Paul when I was a kid growing up in the summers in Idaho. It was super fun. Maybe that's how my passion for thrift started, but you could probably find them at a place like that for like $4.99, like $4 or $5. Yeah. You know, you can really get some good deals. So drag is for everyone. And if it's still a little bit pricey, save up, girl. Prove that you love it. It's a passion. Okay. Whew. Back to the fan. She's a girl of a certain age. She might be going through the change. Whew.
Having a hot flash?
I am. Oh, actually, this fan is everything. Okay, so affordables in the double digits here, 20s. Actually, they're all in the double digits because I have a rule. And that doesn't include tax or shipping and handling. So these shoes are only $33. $33. You can call them stripper heels if you want. I do. I'm not a stripper. I mean, I am, I guess, when I take my clothes off, but there's no audience. That sounds so sad. But they are, isn't that sad? There's somebody out there.
Do you want an audience?
Someday. God, no. Oh my gosh. If you saw the construction job that is happening underneath here, you're like, it'd be the most unglamorous strip job. Like, okay, pull! I said pull! And I'm like winding down and then out comes some hair legs and all the other stuff. that you probably weren't expecting if you're at a lady strip club. So $33. They come in every color under the sun. When they first arrived, every woman in my family who has been watching me go become a drag queen with a sort of combination of curiosity, awe, and disgust. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think disgust, but like they never pictured it. But it's happening. So, but what they said was the same thing about these shoes, which is, oh my God, you're crazy. They would have called me JD at that moment because I wasn't Anita Doll. You're crazy, Anita Doll. Those are going to kill your feet. And at first they did. And then I got even more uncomfortable shoes and realized these are not so bad after all. So my little lesson with this is if you're taking this very serious like I am, pretty soon you're going to have your go-to footwear, which for me is boots now. But these are a good runner-up. Moving on. So, and now I call this is like a trail of tears, really, because I swear I've cried more in this footwear right here than I have in all my other shoes combined. These are so special to me because these are the first time I went out in public in drag as Anita Doll Darling. It was what I consider my debut. Oh, you want to see? Here you go. Ding! And look who I met. Willow Pill. Ding, 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 ding. That's also where I met Cornbread and got this fan, which I had to buy in order to meet her, because that's how things go at DragCon. You pay to play, baby. But these shoes are $49. These are all my $49, $50 range. These were $55, $55, $49, $50, $50, $50, $50, $55, $50. So these are all that $50 range. And they're great for photos. They're great for an event where you're going to be sitting a lot. They're great for something where you're taking a tote with very comfortable sandals or slippers for later. They're not great for hoofing it around.
Did you have to take them off during the day?
Oh my God, I did. By the end of the day, I wasn't wearing them. If you're gonna really invest in shoes, I'm saving the best for last, at least in my opinion. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna do this at the end. But these boots, check them out. Check these out.
So cool.
Yay! So here's what's great about these boots is, and this is an important point to make as well. As you discover your drag persona, your character, who she wants to be, and this is a fun journey. And if you look at all the old videos that we have on YouTube, you will see there has been a journey in finding my 50s, modern 50s kind of flair. This is a look that I landed on sort of at the Pismo dog show where I won a trophy. I didn't win it. RuPaul won it. Technically it was a dog award, but whatever. It was my first time in drag doing any kind of contest. So I landed on this look and just fell in love. And I was like, this is Anita Doll. She like came out and just was screaming and like, that's who I want to be. So I'm talking about boots because these are my go-to shoes. I like the combination of a 50s cut dress with modern, very like sleek looking shoes. I feel like it's, like she's a 50s superhero, So these boots were all $59. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm dying. I love these shoes so much.
I do too.
And I want to look them up on Amazon because I am gonna get some more. I just saw when I was pricing out $59, $60. So these are $60, 30 per leg. That is not a huge investment for something that you're going to be using a lot. And let me tell you, once you go to boots, you may never go back because they're sexy AF, which is that sort of check mark in the drag. Drag is meant to be like feminine and fun and sexy. Actually, drag can be anything. It could be horror. It can be, there's a million different forms of drag. The glamour drag that I do, one of the boxes I'm checking is it have that little bit of sexiness? And that's something I like. So I love boots for that reason, especially that you get them patent leather and they're reflective and shiny. The heels are so dramatic. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Think about a couple of things whenever you're thinking about how you're going to approach your footwear purchases. One, do you know your drag persona already? Like, is she a superhero? Go straight to boots. Is she a summer California hippie kind of girl? I don't know. They sell Birkenstock somewhere, probably at a thrift store. Look for those. So if you know your drag persona, start there and then start to build your arsenal within the persona so that you can use all your stuff. Because what you don't want to do is buy a super cute pair of shoes, spend a lot of money on it, and never wear it, which is my final pair that I'm talking about. These gorgeous, sparkly,
they are really cool
Betsy Johnsons. These stringy-lingy-dingy-dingies that when I was in my earliest days of drag, Rachel and I went to DSW, and that's where about half of these came from. The Steve Maddens, those sparkly slippers, these black and blue ones. and these are all from DSW, and they're just not practical for drag. When you're in drag, you're usually walking around. If you're a performer, these are definitely not practical. But even a Parker like Parker and Barker like me, like a daytime kind of queen, like they're not practical either, because I can't walk in them hardly. And they take me forever to put the little straps on, and they wind around in an unusual way. I love you, Betsy Johnson. I do. Let's hang out, girl. Seriously. But these were particularly tough for this drag queen. Woo!
And they were like the most expensive pair, right?
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Mariah. And they were $100, $99.
Yeah.
But per Mariah's research prior to this video, you can go to BetsyJohnson.com right now and get them for $50. Half off of what my ass spent. Don't make the mistakes that I did. Go, if you know your persona right now, really dig into some core footwear that's going to support that persona and is strong. Like, and expect to spend in between, like, I don't think you should break $100. Like, I really don't. If you have some particular like niche into your persona that requires, like maybe that's your whole thing. You're like a Carrie Bradshaw drag queen and you love footwear, like then fine, go blow up your budget. But as a category of drag, heels are a splurge category in general because they just tend to be more expensive than other things like dresses and undergarments and even wigs or jewelry, but and makeup. But they are something you use a lot, so they're a splurge item that you want to splurge on. But within that subcategory, only really focus on the ones that you're going to be using, like your staples, your go-tos. For me, I landed on boots, and let me tell you, baby, these boots were made for walking right over here to Amazon.com. Like what I did there? Because I want to do some shopping. So I feel like that's a good place to wrap up. Little history lesson, a little fun. I would like to say that, you know, for those people that have asked me like what this is all about and what am I doing, because I was, you know, some good 4 decades on the planet not being a drag queen. All I can say is the pandemic had many changes that came with it, and for me it was very liberating. It freed me up, cut some golden handcuffs off that I was a life that I thought I wanted. This artistic sort of expression to me is one of the most enjoyable, coolest, funnest things I've ever done. And I would say to anybody out there who was maybe thinking of pursuing an art form, or, you know, maybe it's drag, maybe it's not, go for it. Like, push yourself to try something new, because you might just stumble across something you're super passionate about. And at 45, I feel really, really excited to have found a second passion in life, and to be learning new things all the time. It's challenging. It's, you know, there's just so many ways in which adopting a new thing later in life keeps you young and keeps your brain working. And so, and it's all within the context of the stuff I've always loved to do, which is media and creating content. So that's my little story there as a button to the end of this video. This has been Gals, Gays, and Days, Splurge or Save. And I'm Anita Doll Darling. Feel free to subscribe if you want. Do all the following and all that stuff. And I hope to see you next time. And remember, don't let perfection be the enemy of fabulous.